Hello, hello. How is everyone? How's everyone's Thursday going? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful week. Crow, hello, hello. How are you? Oliver, hello. Palm, hello. Nothing, hello. Kizaru, hello. How are you guys? But yeah, I'm glad I was able to make it home in time. I literally got home an hour ago. So I'm glad I was able to get home to stream. But yeah. Yeah, the reason why I wasn't sure was because I had to go get my tires changed today. I wasn't sure how long it was gonna take. So that was experience. But yeah. So it's all figured out now, so I don't have to worry about it until winter hits. And then that's another issue in itself. Uh How's it going? I'm doing good. Did you eat? I had a little bit. I ate a little bit, but it's okay. Usually when I'm streaming, I don't eat I don't eat a lot before the stream anyways, because then it's like I get a little bit too sleepy. But it's all good. It's all good. Did you take it to Costco? I didn't. I took it to like a family friend. He was able to book me in because everybody's swamped right now getting their tires changed. So he's like, yeah, I can only do it this day around this time. I'm like, okay. So I brought it over. So that was a thing in itself. I had to wait a little bit, but it is what it is. Um I'm on the key. If only. But yeah, no, I usually for like car situations, it's always either I go to like a family friend or it's like my uncle. But my uncle has been like super busy, so yeah. I didn't think tire changers would take that long. But forgot that you guys have the heavy kind of. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's something like that. Because I think he was telling me that since he had to put it onto the rim and stuff. I don't know. I don't know my car things. He just told me it takes a little bit more time because he has to take the tire off of the rim and then put it onto put the summer tire onto the rim. So it takes time. I'm okay. That sounds complicated. Just smile and nod is what it is. That's much better than Costco. Yeah, I heard Costco and like, what is the other one? Like the ones where they guaranteed that they'll get your car done within like an hour. I heard those places are a little bit like sketchy. Oh, sorry, give me a second. Sorry. People are coming home right now. John, hello, hello, how are you? But yeah, no, I heard those places are also really sketchy. It's like if they can change your tires and do your oil change in an hour, it's like, is your tire gonna fall off the next like 5 minutes situation? But yeah. Zula, hello, hello, how are you? I work at Sam's and I have to agree with you a little. I don't even know what Sam's is, but I'm assuming it's like similar to that situation where it's just kind of like where you basically drive the car in and then come back in an hour and they have everything done. It's like, are you certified to do this situation? But at the same time, it's like if I don't know how to do it and you don't know anyone who knows how to do it, I guess that's like your best option in a way. So, you know, it is what it is. Oh, I'm also getting new tires tomorrow. Tires are so expensive. Like, the mechanic that I went to, he told me like my winter tires should be good for like another season. So like the upcoming winter, it should be okay. but then the next year I have to change them, and it's gonna cost me a lot of money. I'm like, God dang it. And then he's like, yeah, your summer ones are okay, but you probably need to change that also soon. I'm like, God dang it. So expensive. Yeah, but yeah, no, tires are like, it's ridiculous how expensive they are. Um, uh, I don't think oil changes should take an hour to do. Yeah, I don't know. In all honesty, I assume that it doesn't take an hour, but who knows? But maybe it's just like, you know, they do a flat rate of like, you know, drop your car off in an hour, we'll get things done, and also tell you what else that you might need to get it done. Situations. Oh, it's all Walmart, Costco. You definitely don't want the cheap, you don't want to cheap out on tires. Like, no, that is true, but it's also ridiculous how expensive they are. And it's just like, I get it. Like, it's gonna, you know, keep me alive, and I'm not gonna like, you know, my tire's not gonna fall off, or I'm not gonna like slide and stuff, but still, it's a lot of money to fork out situation. But yeah, no, I get it. It's just like a lot of money to like upfront kind of drop. But it is what it is. This is what happens when, you know, public transit isn't a good thing. I might be able to handle hearing. I might not be able to handle hearing any more Canadian prices a lot of time. I know. I've been like looking at like pricing for like graphics cards, and it hasn't looked any better. In all honesty, it's looking real bad. And I'm just like, I don't know. I might actually have to sell a kidney for this. But do I really want to sell a kidney for an electronic device? I don't know. My location only does the tires and battery change, so it's not really sketchy. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But it's also like, still, I think it's also when they do it so quick, you don't even know if they actually did the thing they told you they were gonna do, you know? I'm always like kind of like skeptical. It's like, so, you know, you're telling me within an hour you kind of basically took apart my car and did all of these things, and I should believe you since I don't know anything about my car situation, you know? It's like, you can tell me that you changed this, and then when I look at it, I'm like, oh, I guess you did, while in reality, you literally just looked at it and played on your phone for an hour and never touched it. If it only gets worse. Yeah, I have a feeling it's probably gonna get worse. I think I'm just trying to see if maybe there'll be like a semi-sale. I'm gonna see if Canada Day, if they're gonna have like a, you know, a discount of some sort. Who knows? They probably won't. But, you know, I'll keep an eye out. I think my oil change are like 10 minutes at most. And you definitely hear them working on it. That makes sense. The thing is, I go to like a family friend and he's just like, yeah, you can just, you know, you can drop it off and then come back and then it'll be done. I'm okay, cool. You know, my whole family goes to you. You can't be lying to me, hopefully. It hasn't, you know, nothing has broken. Okay, knock on wood. Nothing has broken on my vehicle, so it should be good. Oil changes should only be a few minutes. Yeah, I think so. The last time I got my oil changed was when my light was on, and it was like, oh yeah, time for oil change. And then yeah, my dad gave me smack about it. It's like, why do you wait until the light goes on before you do the change? I'm like, I don't know when to do this change. Literally, the car tells me, then I'll be like, okay, I'll go and do it. It's funny because my dad's like, well, have you ever took the, what is it called? The stupid dipstick? It's like, have you ever took the dipstick out of like your engine to see how much oil you have in your car? And I just look at him like, what the frick is a dipstick? What the hell is that? And then he looked at it, he showed me, and he's like, yeah, you should probably get your oil changed soon. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. But now I know what a dipstick is. And oh, and now I know where the oil goes into the engine. I didn't even know where that was either. Read your user manual for like, that's the thing. It's like, who actually reads that? That thing is so thick. Like it sits in my glove box and it just sits there because I'm like, I'm not, who has time to open this up and read through this thing? Most likely when I have issues, I'm not gonna read through it. I'm just gonna call up my local mechanic and he can figure it out for me. You know? I got shown some of the bundle deals that Micro Center is doing now with PC parts. So buying in person may honestly be, yeah, that's the thing. But the issue with like Canada or where I am is that there's only one like electronic place, and they don't really carry that much stuff in general. So you have to constantly go and see, I guess, which is like, do I have time to do this like all the time? Not really, but who knows. That's what the light is for. Man, I know, that's the thing. It's like, if it doesn't flash, I wouldn't know. And it's like, who keeps track of like how long you need to like get your oil changed? I don't know. Literally half the time it's like, when was the last time I changed my tires? Who knows? When weather changes, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's not gonna snow anymore, then I will go and change my tires. You know? Isn't it like every 4,000 miles? Probably. Who knows? Or 6 months? Yeah, no. I literally, I got it changed. I'm just waiting for the light to go off again, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bring you over to whoever. Do you also know how to get the oil out? Out of the engine? No. This is why I bring it to my local mechanic. He does it for me. That's what the B side for your miles is for. Who knows? Literally. Half the time, I don't even know what half the flashing lights on my vehicle are. When they flash, I take a picture of it and I send it over. And it's like, do I need to be worried about this? And they tell me a yes or a no. And I'm like, okay. It's like, if I can drive this car for the next couple of days before you can see me, then I am good. Bro, I'm sorry, but it's like, I don't, like, as long as my vehicle runs and I'm taking care of it, like literally, I don't do anything crazy with it. So it's like, as long as it runs, I'm good. I don't know anything about vehicles. I have no passion for it, so I'm just like, it's fine. Just hook up the hose and siphon it out with your mouth. That sounds like a situation. Actually, when you talk about that, it reminds me of when I was smaller, my dad was into buying like vehicles from like, what are they, the police like auction, where they auction off vehicles after they seize them or whatever. And I remember him clearly buying this really old beat up vehicle, and he needed to siphon out the gas in the tank, and I remember him like siphoning it with his mouth, and I'm like, what if you accidentally take a whole like mouthful of gasoline? What if you swallowed a little bit of that? That cannot be good for you. But it just reminds me of that when I when you said that. I have like a very vivid memory of him trying to siphon out like the gas from the gas tank for some reason. And I'm just like, Um, you're like the little grandma being introduced to basically, literally, I take the thing is like I take good care of like whatever I have, even if I don't know, like I have no passion for it. Like literally, I have a vehicle so I can get from point A to point B. You know, and it's just like that's it. There's some people who are like, oh my god, like my vehicle is like my baby. I can't, oh my god, there's a scratch on it. Okay, okay. I don't scratch on my car. But you know how like some people are like very much like, oh my god, like my vehicle. I'm just like, chill. It's okay. Situation. I don't know. It's like it does its purpose. I will not like do anything crazy with it. I'm not gonna put like some crazy rims on it or like where's that thing that people put on the back of their trunk that looks like a little stupid little wing thing. I don't know what it's called, but I have a lot of guy friends that are like really into like cars and they talk about it. And every time I hear them talk, I'm a little bit like I don't understand this conversation. Yeah, they're talking about like the whatever engines and whatnot. The one is called a spoiler. Oh, is that what it's called? Yeah, that thing. They were talking about that one time, I remember. They were talking about like, oh my god, it'll be so cool if you get like a bigger one. I'm like, why do you need such a big one in the back of your trunk? I don't understand. Does it do anything? For like aerodynamics? Probably not, maybe. I don't know. It looks kind of dumb sometimes, but yeah, it's interesting. When they start talking about vehicles, I'm like, yeah, not my conversation. Slowly shimmy my way away. They like the look. Okay, like I get it. If it's like if it's like one of like the more subtle ones, but they're talking about the straight up like it looks like a wing, where it's like straight, it juts out and it's just there prominently. I'm like, that looks stupid, but you know, you do you. That's your vehicle, I guess. Well, poor hello, hello, how are you? But gasoline smells yummy. It has to taste yummy too. No, I agree with you that the smell of gasoline is low-key kind of okay. I shouldn't say that. I don't go out and sniff gasoline randomly. It's when I go fill up my tank that I do appreciate the smell of a gas station, of the gasoline. Okay, when I say I appreciate the smell of a gas station, not that kind. Just the smell of the gas. Gross. I know, it's like a weird, it's like a weird thing. Like, I don't purposely go and, like, go sniff gas. But, like, every time I go gas up, it's just like, this is an interesting smell. No, it's just, you know, sometimes it just smells good. I don't know. You're so real for that. No, it's true though. It's just sometimes there's like just certain smells that you're like, oh, okay. This is... I know I shouldn't be like okay with it, but oh yeah, this is okay. Shouldn't be smelling this off like too often because, you know, shouldn't be smelling all these like volatile stuff. But once in a while, when you have to expose yourself to it, it's not bad. I don't know, that's a me thing. My siblings think I'm stupid. Like, I'm weird for that, but I'm like, I don't know, it smells... I don't know, it smells okay. But yeah. Once in a while makes it sound like a little treat. But it's just kind of like, it's kind of like when you go gas up, like, you have to go and then you're exposed to it situations, you know? She likes to smell like gas. That's why she's a ghost. Okay, I like to smell like gasoline. And we have to specify, because if you say gas, they might think of it more of like methane gas, and I don't like the smell of methane gas. AKA this, you know, yeah. Um, you are weird. Does that smell kill your brain cells? Okay, that's the thing. It does if you're going to sniff it like every day, every hour. But I'm literally going to go gas up my car. I don't linger there longer than I need to gas up my car, so I'm being exposed to it as much as anybody else. I don't like literally purposely take a deep breath. It's just kind of your normal intake of oxygen is when you smell it, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, you know, it's not bad situation. But yes, no, don't go sniffing gasoline just because you want to. It's not good for you. There's a lot of like benzenes and stuff and gas. Don't want to be breathing that in too often. And in all honesty, I breathe too many like volatile things at work already. I don't need any more. But at least gasoline smells better than some of the stuff that I smell at work. So yeah. Topping of having another meeting. Okay, you're making it worse. No, anyways. Treat it like alcohol, take it in moderation, real. Okay, you're making it sound like it's like a low-key like addiction of some sort. It's not. It's literally when I have to go gas up, which is like what, once a week? Once every like week and a half, give or take. So it's, yeah. But yeah. We already established that I'm a little bit like weird. Some of the things I think of are weird. It's okay. I figured out I wasn't the normal one. Streaming has taught me that I'm not normal. In a lot of things that I do. It's fine. But yeah, it's nice having these just chatting. I haven't had it in a while. I think it's because like lately I've been trying to at least finish I can't speak. Finish some games. So we haven't actually had any of like these just chattings. Which is like, I don't know why I stopped. I quite enjoy these more than gaming. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like if I do this too often, I might have less things to talk about. Which probably I wouldn't. But you know, there's always that like, what if I literally have nothing to talk about? What are we gonna do? Just stare at each other quietly while we contemplate life? That's the thing. I think like no matter what, I'll probably figure out something to say. But it's just always like, if I do this too often, I'm literally probably gonna run out of things to talk about. I was just about to say stare at each other too. I feel like we have like the same mindset sometimes. Nothing. Sometimes we're just like, what are we gonna do in this awkward silence? What do people do? Just stare at each other. Stare at each other quietly. The introvert in me. In a social gathering. Oh no, that is me too. If I don't have to be the one starting conversations, then I would literally be the one in the corner, just like observing people. Is like what I prefer. But I feel like I'm always put in the position, especially at work, where I have to be the one to instigate conversations because apparently no one at work wants to talk. So it's just like, but yeah. I feel like for me at work, you would assume that like working in a lab, there'll be more of like no one talks to each other because we're all so busy, which happens often enough. But when like busy season happens where like everybody wants things done, there's so much more like conversations that have to happen. I'm just like, why? Why do I have to talk to anyone? Why can't I just be in my corner and just let me do my thing? I mean, even when my own job forces me to interact with people, my introverted self still avoids looking at people's faces most of the time. Oh, I feel like I have a hard time because I don't know where to stare at someone sometimes when I'm talking to them. Because it's like sometimes it's like if you stare at them into the eyeballs, it's a little bit I don't know, weird. So I'm like sometimes it's like I don't know where to stare at you while like I'm listening to what you're saying, you know? And then it's like awkward too because sometimes the people I talk to are freaking tall. It's like how do I talk to you when literally I'm looking at your chin? You know? It's like let me take like 4 steps back so at least I can actually see your face while you try to talk to me and I try to listen to what you're saying. Situation. Real? No joke. That was the worst. Yeah. I think the silence between the sentences are harder for me than listening to someone. I feel like the thing is for me, when I'm listening to someone, I always have to, I don't know if it's a me thing or an Asian thing, but every time when I'm listening to someone talking, I have to have like a vocal confirmation for them. So every time they're talking, I'm like, So then they know that I'm listening to them, but it's also, I notice that some people don't do that, and I feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. Because it kind of throws people off. Because I think they think that I'm gonna say something or like cut them off, but it's just a vocal cue that I do to let them know that I'm like listening to what they're saying. Especially when it's like a very long like conversation that they're giving me. It's just automatic that I do that. And it's just like sometimes I think about it. I was like, oh, maybe I should try to like, you know, not do that because I feel like I'm the only one who does that. Same. I and nod to make sure that make sure I'm reacting to their expression. Yeah. Lily, hello, how are you? No, I do that way too often. I don't do the nodding as much, but I do the vocal cueing part of it, and sometimes it's like it throws them off, especially when it's like someone that I don't talk to often. They get thrown off by a little bit, and they think that I'm like, you know, trying to say something. I'm like, no, I'm listening to you. I'm making sure that you know that I'm listening to you. I'm not just zoning out. Kira Pumpkin, hello, how are you? I learned the life hack of staring between the eyes and the lips. Staring at their lips is weird. I try to stare at their noses a little bit, but never at their lips because it's just like, that's weird. And it's like, I don't like looking at people's lips while they're talking. You really, no. But, I see how it is for some people. Around their cheek area advice. So good, but oh, it's like I didn't notice that. I was avoiding eye contact. Yeah, like eye contact, like I do that, but then I try to make sure that I'm not just staring blankly into their eyeballs all the time because it's like awkward. Yeah, choose between hearing each other and not staring. Or straining your neck to look at them. Yeah, some people are just way too tall, literally. I have ADHD. I have to look them in the eyes to pay attention to what they're saying. That's the thing I understand, especially with people who who take more focus. Well, like they need to focus more to be able to listen, especially when there's so much stimulation, which I understand. But for me, I feel like it's really awkward for me because it's just I get a little bit self-conscious of like just like, you know, death staring at someone or while they're talking. Uh, I'm doing well. I'm glad you're doing well, Sheriff Pumpkin. Looking at someone's lip as they move is how I stay focused on actually hearing what they're saying. Ah, yeah, I never really do that because I feel it's like weird because maybe it's a me thing. Okay, it might be a me thing because sometimes I notice that when some people talk, the way that their lip, like their mouth moves is very, not being mean, but very disgusting. You know, it's like kind of like when someone's chewing and it's like how they chew is kind of gross. Sometimes some people when they talk it's just like, I don't know if I want to stare at your lips right now. No thank you situation. But that's a me thing. It's a me thing. Um Maybe it's more like a little space between the lips and the nose. Ah, yeah, like that weird. What is that? There's a word for that part of your face. I don't remember at the moment. But yeah. At a certain point, when I just get too tired, I don't even try to look up at the people, and just talk to talk to their stomach because of the height difference. Oh my god, I should do that too, but then at the same time, I'm worried that they might start having to like bend down. I haven't had that situation happen yet. But you know how like literally if you don't look up at them, they might need to like, oh yeah, you're short, let me bend down. And then it's like, what am I, a hobbit? Like, no, you don't need to bend down, sir. It's okay. Yeah, as long as I focus on their face somehow, I don't break concentration. Makes sense. My closest friend I made have been through text. And oh, text on the internet. We should abandon our flesh shells. Oh boy, the awkwardness. But okay, I get it, but then I feel like it's a little bit different between like only texting someone and like, you know, yeah, just typing to them and actually having a conversation. Like actually having a verbal conversation really helps with like, I don't know, with communication. Because texting wise, communication while texting is so much different and you're like, you don't get like a lot of the social cues. I think that's the issue with like a lot of like, I guess a lot of kids these days. I don't know. I don't interact with a lot of kids, but I feel like with the ones that I do interact with, they have really a hard time like having a conversation. Like they have a hard time doing small talk. Not like I'm really good at doing small talk, but they're like they really have a hard time doing small talk and any like, you know, pleasantry talk. Or like people that I interact with work, like the younger people that drop off stuff at work, you can kind of tell that they don't really talk to people as often because it's like a weird awkward like silence where usually people, you know, when people see someone they just do the typical greeting is like, oh hey, you know, it's, you know, the weather's kind of crappy today, blah blah blah. It's like, oh whatever. But literally you can tell with the younger people, they just come in, they don't even say hi, they drop off their stuff and it's just like, okay, like hello. And it's just like the awkwardness of it all. But Jesus, hello, how are you? Yes, you are a hobbit. Don't call me that, okay? Hush you. Valid point. Bring VTubers to a real life. I feel like being a VTuber is like a good middle ground, you know? You don't have to like be too much like, you don't actually have to put your face out there, but you can actually, you still have like decent conversations. Um. You talking is already small talk. Wow. What's with these low blows here? Excuse you. You come in here and all of a sudden you start throwing these punches. I see it. I see how it is. Okay, I'll stop. Don't keep going. Don't encourage him, Zula. Low. I see how it is. Every blow against you is a low. I'm just imagining these punches coming at me. I see how it is. Yeah, don't feel uncomfortable. Don't feel uncomfortable staring at your eyes when you're VTuber. I think it's a little bit different too, because it's like, yeah, it's not. I'm not. You're not physically staring at like someone physically in your face situation. I feel like since the other person doesn't know that you're staring at them, it's not as awkward too. It has to be a low blow for it to not go over your head. Punching down is the only option. I see. You're the type that likes punching down. I see. You're that type of individual. I see who you are. The short joke combos are brutal. You leave me with no choice. Oh, I see how it is. See, I literally make sure that I get back in time for these conversations, and all I'm getting are all these shots fired at me. I see how it is. I see. What is... Oh, before I forget, we should talk about, like, you know, the Nintendo Direct. I know I said a little bit of it like last week, and then I'm like, oh yeah, we'll talk more about it on Saturday, and Saturday never happened. Oh, okay, let me tell you why Saturday never happened. Why Saturday stream never happened. But yes, so on Saturday, my parents were supposed to come over to do some like house stuff. But they decided to come way earlier because I didn't know that like the World Cup was starting around that time or whatever. So my dad's like, oh yeah, well, let me come over earlier so I can watch the World Cup at your place and, you know, do the stuff later. I'm like, okay, like what time are you coming? And he's like, he's like, yeah, probably within like an hour or two, like earlier than usual. I'm like, okay. And yeah, that's why I couldn't stream. Or even if I streamed, it would have been literally like a rush, like looking over my shoulder for like an hour. Yeah, so that's why I couldn't stream on Saturday. It threw me off. Yeah, start fighting back, Astra. Wait, yeah, no. You know me. I'm like the worst. I have no good comebacks. I'm just here. Crossfire, I mean, wow, okay. Xenoblade, yeah. Yeah. Oh, what I want to talk about? Yeah, about the trailer. The trailer did look really pretty, but as I was saying last time, I was sad that it's like a whole new story, and they're like, you know, having it with like a new type of like race, I guess. So I wanted to at least have them keep some of like, you know, like maybe the High Entians or like the Gormontians. Yeah. But then they're like, oh no, we're gonna do elves. I'm like, can you at least bring one of them back? It's like they're so pretty. Their designs are pretty. Not that not like the elves aren't pretty, but you know, still. World Cup started on Wednesday actually last week. Yeah, I didn't actually know. I'm not really into sports, so I didn't really know. And my dad's usually not either, but I guess it's like, it's like the Olympics. It's you don't really care about sports, but if it's, there and everybody's watching it, everybody gets interested. I don't know. And it's funny because like I didn't even know like Canada was hosting like a part of it. I'm like, I didn't even know this was going on. Shows how much I understand what's going on in the world. I think the first Canadian games were that weekend. It probably was. I don't know. I think Canada was playing today too. I think my dad was like talking about it. Because my family group chat was like going crazy about stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess something's happening. Nintendo's Xeno. Xeno, their blades. Oh, their blades. I know with all like the Switch 2 versions of them, they do all look really pretty. I do have to admit. I've just brought us to to watch the game as well. In all honesty, I wouldn't even know what's going on. Let's be honest. I'll be like, these people are running around kicking a ball. It's interesting when they try to do like the goals or when they try to score and it's like the crazy shots they do. Yeah, that's interesting. But half of the other time, it's like, I don't even know where the ball is. Situation. I'm sad that we went to just a normal elves. It seems like, yeah, I was hoping that there would be like other types of like races in it, but it only seems like it's elves. Maybe humans? I don't remember if no, I think there was humans. I don't remember. But I was hoping that there would be like more. Maybe there is and they didn't show us enough. But yeah, so far it seems interesting. Astra hates elves. No, I think elves are really pretty, but it's just like I feel like they needed more. They need other things. Maybe there is. They're a downgrade to me when we had high Entians and the Mechanas and whatever else they became by 3. Yeah. Or maybe it's just I'm so used to seeing them. It's just kind of weird seeing like a Xenoblade game without them in it, or like something of that form. But it'll grow on me. And the elves do somewhat point to a specific race, I believe, but you learn about it in 2023 when you finish Xenoblade X. Yeah, but think about it. By the time that we actually finish all my backlog for Xenoblade, well, it'll be time for them to release like the next game. We don't even have to wait that long. Well, I don't have to wait that long because I have to play through my backlog. It's perfect. It's big brain me. Not sure if it is the race I'm thinking of, but it might. Okay. The only sport thing I pay attention to has to be. Oh yeah, I think you guys were. Someone in Discord was putting pictures or whatever about it. It was basketball, right? I don't know anything about basketball either. I don't know my sports. But I see. The polite celebration over Japan were funny though. Oh, is it where I know like for Japan when they I don't know if it's only when they win, but I do know that after the game, a lot of them stay behind and, pick up like the trash and stuff, which is very like Japanese of them to do, which was interesting. Because I think they did that for the Olympics too, from what I remember. Oh, we only have 40 seconds to go out onto the streets before the cross line turns red. Oh. Oh, or wait. Or is this something else? It might be something else. Never mind. I'm not familiar with Xenoblade, but unless they're just not showing the other races yet, it does look more generic than what I've seen before. Well, I'm hoping that it's just like, you know, they're just showing a little bit of it. But, you know, you assume that if they're in a school, like, there should be other individuals around, but who knows. There were some, like, cat-like people in the trailer, but they had, tails, but not Gormontians. Yeah. Yeah, maybe they're gonna introduce, like, a whole new, like, a whole new different race thing. Which, like, I'm excited for, but also it's just like, but well, I'm too attached, you know? I don't like change. Did you see the Japanese soccer fans react to Mexican? Oh no, I didn't. I didn't really see a lot of things. I know that there was that one situation with that one what was it? He was like the CEO of some like tourism thing for Mexico, or a Mexican tourist thing, and then he got some crap about something when it was like against Korea or something. I don't know. But I've seen like that, but I haven't really been paying attention. There will be other races, I think. I hope so. I have faith in the setting that the writers. You definitely have a Switch 2 by then. Yeah, no. Definitely it's guaranteed. I'll probably get it before the price hike, which is what, September? So I'll probably get it before then. Even just for like what is it? Just for the updated graphics for Atelier Yumiya. I do want to play that one. And I heard that with the update it's good. So yeah. All according to Astra's master plan. Yeah, see? Big brain move. Why wait agonizingly for like the game to come out while I can play through all the other ones first? I just have to slowly play through them. Oh, Japan Celebration. There was a video of a bunch of Japanese. Oh, in Shibuya crossing that went out to the street. Went out to the street. Oh my god, I can't read. I went to celebrate their World Cup team victory, but got off the street. Crossing lights. I see. It's not that long then. It was like a very short celebration. So okay, we gotta move. We gotta leave. The school seems to be more of a noble/rich people academy for the chosen few who can use the animal. And if the elves are the race I'm thinking of, it makes sense. And they would be more... Oh. Yeah, it does look like a very posh school. It looks like a very much of like you're gonna have the very rich kids bullying the poor scholarship student situation. That's all around the time of 30 or 40 seconds of intense celebration in the middle of the street before it became empty again. But that must have been interesting, just to see all these people swarm in and then all of a sudden after like 30 to 40 seconds they like disperse. That's like the fastest celebration ever. They were amazed by the free chip and salsa they filled up on chips before getting their food. I think that's like the worst part of it is when they have like unlimited chips and like, you know, bread and stuff, you end up eating way too much of that and then you can't even eat like the normal food. But I can see that. Sorry to say, But I tried to play the the Switch 2 edition of Yumi and looks it looks like it ran like really? It didn't really help? Darn it. I was hoping that it'll run better. Was it less laggy though? Or like less stuttery? At least they could have fixed that, right? Darn it, that sucks. Oh, looks like 720 texture and the models are still okay, never mind. But you know what? I can always still get it and then just appreciate the, you know, the upgraded stuff they did for all the Xenoblade games. I guess that's one thing I can look forward to. Dang, I'm excited to see the next Atelier game. Oh yeah, the next one looks really pretty too. I think I'm also excited for that game. She looks really pretty in it. the main protagonist in that one. And then the Dragon Quest one with the two main girl characters. That one looks really interesting too. I forgot the name of it. I do clearly remember. It's like, oh, I want to play this game. They look cute. I'm genuinely baffled that it could have been worse. That it could have been worse. Yeah. The Dragon Quest monsters. I think that's the one. Yeah. That one looks cool. Xenoblade Chronicles 1 does look beautiful. It does. Okay, in all honesty, it just looks very crisp. I feel like it's just like so much like nicer on the eyes when you're just looking at the color wise too are really nice. I've been playing the previous one. It's been fun so far. The previous Monster Quest. Oh my god, my brain's not working. Dragon Quest monster game. Did I don't think I ever played any of them. But it does look interesting though. What other ones did I see that was like interesting? I don't remember any other ones. I think those were like the highlighted ones that I was interested in. Everything else is kind of like So oh, and the voice heart to hearts are pretty. Yeah, how they're all voiced now. I think I was talking about how it'll be interesting to hear Melly's voice for all of the one, because she's probably gonna sound way different, and it's just like But yeah, the tree situation. I want to hear that one. I might just Google that and see what it is voiced. Is it the same as what I was thinking in my brain? You know? They were really stealing it for the upgrade. Yeah. It's gonna be didn't they did some quality of life stuff for 2 too, didn't they? From what I remember. I actually sent you the heart to heart that came across his Twitter because it's funny. Did you? I didn't see it. I must have like missed it. It's okay. I'll Google it. Look at this awesome plant, giant plant. Yeah. The tree heart to heart was one of the first things to hit Twitter when the Switch 2. I feel like everybody remembers that. That was like the most like, you know, the moment where everyone like face palms, because it's just like really everything that you could have said, you talked about this. We got the master plan. Yeah. Of course, it's more British. Uh, but yeah. What else? Oh, and then Kingdom Hearts. I didn't know that Kingdom Hearts, they were coming out with a new game. So that was interesting. That was probably for another... That was another, I don't remember now. All of the different, like, video game, like, showcases are all blending into one. And I'm just like, I don't remember which one is which anymore. So I'm just like, yeah. 4, yeah, it's... I didn't know that they were still developing it. I thought they just stopped at 3 and like all like the games in between. But it's interesting how they're continuing it. It's weird seeing Sora though. 'Cause I'm so used to seeing him in like the style of him in the first game. Because like growing up I remember watching someone play it. And it's just weird seeing him in 4. It's just like, unless that's not him, I'm assuming it is him, hopefully. I'm not really... I don't know. I don't know my Kingdom Heart lore after 2, I think I remember watching someone play 2. And then afterwards, it got a little bit too complex with all like the in-between games. Or was it now 4 years ago? Brother, oh, was it? Okay, yeah, like, obviously I was not paying attention. Oh, and the one I sent you was in the tree one. It was it's one that puts your million ship besides the Titanic at the bottom of the ocean. No. It's still a headcanon for me. You know? Every time I see in-game stuff, my headcanon just goes wild again. It's like it's not leaving. I once tried to get into Kingdom Hearts, but I just couldn't. The camera felt all slippery to move. I thought Luigi was the cameraman. It looks the way it slides. I don't know. I have never played it. I always watch someone play because it always seemed like it's a lot for you to there's a lot for you to take in, I feel like. Because like there's a lot of... I don't know. I felt like there was like a lot of things I have to remember to do, you know, that I'm not used to. Too much for my brain to comprehend. Too much of like I have to make sure I dodge and also, you know, heal and make sure I'm like out of like, you know, the monster's way when they hit. But it was always interesting watching someone play it because it's like weird to see Disney characters, but also with like, you know, anime characters in one game. I think that's what drew me in to watch someone play it because it was just so different. I was like, oh. But yeah. Sora became so real. It's just the way he looks in that world specifically. So he has a more realistic art style for it. You might just need to play the newer Kingdom Hearts games first and then go back if you enjoy what you played. Yeah, I think that's how like some people get into like the actual like franchise. If you know, play the more recent game and like you kind of develop like a connection with the characters and then you're like, okay, I need to play the rest of them. That's usually what happens. I think that's what happened when I played 2 for Xenoblade. It just went down a rabbit hole afterwards. Because I'm like, oh my god, this game is amazing. And then it's like, oh. And then what? Torna came out? Yeah. And then literally I bought all of the games and never had time to play them until I started streaming. I'm like, yes, this is time. Oh, I came across the heart to heart and I cannot believe how explicitly make chocolate. No. Oh my god, you mean the kiss scene too? I forgot about that kiss scene. No. I'm erasing that from my memory. My ship needs to be there. No. Oh. You're trying to tell me around everyone and live in a... No. Don't know what you're talking about. Xenoblade, I know, I can't I feel like there's no way for me to change the way I say it. Even though now I know that that's not the correct way to say it, I can't stop. It's just, I'm so used to saying it like that. So yeah, no, not changing it. Your ship has more holes than a swishy. No. That ship is just for me, okay? It's fine that you disagree with it, but it's there. It's fine. Delusion will not stop water from sinking your ship. Fine. Whatever. It's fine. I'm coping with it now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot of the games, especially for like the Nintendo Direct thing. I didn't really. Was there any game from like the? Was it the Was it the Summer Game Fest one that was very appealing to me? I don't think so. I might need to rewatch them all and like refresh my memory. But it's like, yeah. On my way back from the gym, I was listening to this song from Coldplay's album and thought it was saying you just can't unhear it now. You can't unhear it. Yuhara, hello, how are you? How are you doing? Nintendo hasn't taken over all of my memory. Has taken over all of my memory of the last week of reveals. But also because it was the last one to... Yeah, I think there was so many of them, like, one after the other, that you're just kind of like... Yeah, there's a lot to take in. It's like... At the same time, there's like so many games coming out that you're like, when do I have time to play any of these? And it's just like, alright. But yeah. I'm good. Hope you're doing well too. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Best summer of games. Summer of game reveal in the long time. The holy hell. Yeah, I have to like actually watch. I think I saw like clips here and there of some games, but there's just like a lot of them were like, maybe it's not for me. But yeah. What else do I want to talk about? I think that was like the one thing I wanted to talk about because it was like, oh yeah, we'll talk about it on the weekend, and it totally did not happen. Do you usually check out Steam's Next Fest demos? I don't really. Like, I see them and it's like, maybe it's interesting, then I kind of look at it, but I never really actually play the demos that's on there. Sometimes I just kind of like favorite it and then see when it actually comes out, and then it's like, oh, maybe I'll look into this. But yeah, no, I heard that they had a lot of like demos for Well, I didn't hear. Like, I saw when I was like looking at Steam, I saw a couple of them. I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Raccoon, hello, hello. How are you? Hope you're all having a good day. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? Here's my monthly Hono Yap session. Yeah, it's been a while since the last one. How was the week? Hono? It's been good. You know, the usual, surviving like everybody else. You know, tis what it is. Um, Summer is burning. Oh, yeah, no, it's getting really warm where I am too. But when I say warm, it's probably mild for a lot of you guys because it's like literally it's been hitting like 20. Okay, let me pull out a calculator. It's been around like 21 degrees Celsius, so it's like what? Like 70 degrees Fahrenheit for anyone in the US, and I've been dying. But yeah, it's been like around that temperature for me for the last week, 2 weeks or so. You get like the random one day where it's like raining, but then the rest of it's just like hot and I'm just dying. I'm not used to this weather. Only 21? Okay. For some of you guys, 21 is good. Like, you know, it's probably cold weather for some of you guys. But for me, I'm like dying. I'm like dead is what it is. Would kill for that right now. You know what? I feel like some of you guys would. Because some of you guys are probably having like what, 30-degree weather? Whatever that is in Fahrenheit. Like 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm like, I would never want to be in that situation. I would literally die. But you know. I heard they call the super... Oh, El Nino. Oh my god, I can't even say the word. Unironically, it's set to last for the next few years. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard, not I heard, but I saw it on my weather, my weather app where it gives you like, oh yeah, it's gonna be extra hot the next how many months, and it might continue for like ever because global warming and whatnots, you know? I'm just like, it's nice, you know, to have nice warm weather, but also I'm gonna die. Thanks. Y'all's probably trap the heat, so it makes it worse. Yeah. Houses in Canada are super insulated, so it's like, you know, especially when you have really big windows, your house feels like a sauna. Like I have to like open up the windows to try to at least let some of like the hot air out, or like, you know, circulate the house a little bit, because sometimes it's like it's oddly warm and it's uncomfortable. Is what it is. It's 31 here. Yeah, no, I cannot. I feel like I would die. I was doing yard work and it was how you have to be careful, especially when it's that hot out. You don't want a heat stroke. And you know what's funny now that, okay, I guess it's not funny, but speaking of heat stroke, it's since it's been like low-key pretty warm, my workplace has been doing these like, what are they even called, like safety seminars? Not really, but it's like, oh yeah, make sure like you watch the slideshow that talks about, you know, how to spot a heat stroke and what to do if you have a heat stroke. I'm just like, we work in a lab. We're not out and about doing things. I get it if you're outside doing stuff, but we work in a lab. I don't think I'm gonna get a heat stroke in the lab. I'll probably get a heat stroke in the parking lot. But, you know, I feel like that would not be like my job's like, you know, my job's issue at that point, because I'm not literally in the building. But I guess I'm still on like the you know, the property lines. But it was interesting. because like it was like a whole company wide like email. It's like make sure you know review this slideshow and confirm that you understand what having a heat stroke is and what to do. I'm like, okay, I will do that when I have time. Will I know what to do if I have a heat stroke? Probably not. I looked at it, is what I did. But did I retain any of that information? Probably not. Uh, minimum for the next week is 24 here. And, oh, no. And the max is like 30. Oh my god, 38? No, that's too much. It's been storming for me over here. Like really bad storms, nothing? Or is it kind of like, you know, okay? Yeah, like, I kind of appreciate the days where it's like you get a really heavy downpour. Like, it's nice that it cools off the place, but then it also makes everything all like muddy and like wet and gross. Oh, storms as in we are hurricane watch. Oh my god, that's scary. Yeah, that does not sound fun. Hopefully you're being safe. Hopefully you have a what are they called, like the hurricane shelter. I don't know if every house has it in the US. I remember seeing a YouTube short about someone prepping their hurricane shelter thingy where it's like a whole full on like other like I don't know, it's not even a building, it's like a weird vault thing away from the house in the floor. I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. Very much of a Canadian thing to be like, oh, I who knew that was a thing? Like a whole different little cellar looking thing. Do you think you can use that for like storing like I guess your root vegetables? Because it's probably a really cool like cooler place, right? That would be like your external like fridge for your extra potatoes and your like carrots and stuff. That's a interesting thing to think about. I'm getting sidetracked. I heard the El Nino on the news and thought I was back in the 90s. 5 scientists found collapsed in the parking lot after ditching the safety awareness seminar, basically. That hasn't happened, but you know, I don't think anybody really listened, like really watched it, but who knows? Hopefully one person would have and they would save the other people. Don't count on me to save anyone. Oh, my state usually doesn't get hit. All the neighbors, though. Oh, we have a tailwinds. Ah, I see, I see. Chicken sweaters too. Oh, the storm shelters or cellars, or the bunkers. Yeah. Those are. I always find those really fascinating because it's a very much like a non-Canadian thing. Because yeah, we have some areas that are like we have what are they called, like tornado warnings, but we never had a situation that it actually hit. So yeah, Canadian. I don't know if any Canadian homes are built with like a storm shelter. Like we have basements, so I guess that's fine. Our basements are probably gonna be good enough to like, you know, protect you in some way, unless you know their whole house collapse on you. But you know that's besides the point. But yeah, a lot of like the worst things that Canada usually has is like really bad snowstorms, or like in the last couple of like years, it's been really bad hail. Like you get like the hail balls or the hail sizes are like the size of like a golf ball. We had one year where some of them were the size of a tennis ball. It was really bad. Yeah, it hit pretty hard that insurance went up pretty bad for some places from what I remember. I'm like, ooh, I don't not want to be outside when like a tennis ball size ice ball is coming at your head. It's like GG, literally just take me now situation. Just thinking about getting pummeled by like tennis size ice balls just at you, dang. At like, you know, neck breaking speeds. Ouch. Uh, it sounds really dangerous. Yeah. That was like an odd one with the tennis size one, but recently they've been like the last couple of years they're like golf ball size or like a little bit smaller than a golf ball. And but yeah, those ones were really bad in the last couple of years. You're forgetting floods. I feel like recently it's more we've been getting hit with more hailstorms than flooding, depending on your area. Like my area, flooding hasn't happened as often, knock on wood. But yeah, we've been hit for like the last couple of years with really bad hailstorms for me. But yeah, it's usually that. It's either flooding, ooh, forest fires, snowstorms, flooding, and hail. Those are the main ones. Is usually it. For most of Canada, I feel like we don't really get hit with any other like natural disasters. Unless you're like near like the coastal parts where you're near like large body of water, maybe you'll get like tsunami warnings depending on how bad like the earthquake stuff is. But everywhere else in Canada, since it's like pretty much like landlocked and it's cold all the time, we don't really get anything else. Just parry the ball. Not if you have like 1,000 of them coming down at you at once. There's only so many you can parry before you're like, nah. Just, there's no point. She's above sea level. Yeah, like a little bit. I feel like obviously if you like live near like bodies of water, like the riverways and stuff, you know how some people are like, oh my god, I want a house near like the riverfront. GG when it rains. There goes your house, your $1 million house on the riverbed. It's in the river at that point. I remember hail once. I remember a hail once here in Florida when I was a kid. I don't think I've seen it since. Even where I live elsewhere. Yeah, I feel like some places it's not as common. For us in Canada, it usually happens when you get a really dry and hot segment of time, especially when it's supposed to be like our quote unquote like spring / like rainy season, which is usually in the beginning before like summer really hits. If it gets really hot in that time frame, like right now, there's like a really big chance of like really bad hail. So it's always like something to watch out for. I remember one year the air was all orange. Oh yeah, kind of. Every year we get like forest fires, especially with like we have such a large like forest area, especially in the west side, and west coast area, that we always get really bad forest fires. But yeah, I feel like it's every other year where it's like really bad smoke drifting down. That is just like, oh, okay, can't open my windows today even though it's super hot situation. Just parry the you just want to parry everything. I don't think that's how it works. Skybreath, hello, how are you? I don't think I said hi to you earlier. Hello. Invest in a yacht. It's pretty much a mobile house, but in the river. That is true. Apparently, it's not that hard to get a boating license. The last time I checked, in Canada, it's literally you take like an online seminar kind of situation. You pay them, you do an online seminar, and apparently that's how you just get your boating license. If it's like a small boat, obviously, if you're like operating like a really big boat, then that's a different situation. But apparently, for the smaller boats, yeah, you just go on an online seminar and they send you out the license certificate thing. I'm like, oh, I don't trust anybody on water these days. Then, Boyd, hello, hello. How are you? How are you doing? Mm-mm-mm. I'm glad it doesn't hail where I'm at. Yeah, hail is not fun. It's a skill issue. Wow, I feel like life is a skill issue all the time then. Everything in life. I came just in time, you did. We're just yapping away. I'm doing good. Day was chill and rainy. How are you? I'm glad you're doing good, Skybreath. I'm doing pretty good. This week has been really warm, so low-key dying, but besides that, it's been good. Oh yeah, but since it's been so hot, literally my car, I'm like dead. Like even if I like crack open my windows in the morning before like actually going into work, by the time I get out and go into my car, it's just like I'm gonna die. Like I sit in there for 2 seconds, I feel like I'm being suffocated because it's so hot. And it takes a while for like my AC to kick in. So it's just like I have to sit there for like a good like couple minutes in just like this sweltering heat. And I'm just like, this sucks. Oh, you have a car? I do have a car. Do I know much about my car? Not really. I take it from point A to point B. Tis all I need it for. She stole the car? No. Okay. We shall not, you know, even put that out there, okay? I'm a law-abiding citizen, okay? The car is rightfully mine. Oh. That's how houses here are. For hurricanes near the water, older houses are still one floor if they're still standing. New houses essentially have the first floor to keep out the water. No, that makes sense. I feel like after the fact, especially now with like global warming and like water changes are different, like water levels and stuff. It's just like people are being a little bit smarter while building houses and stuff. Which makes sense because there's only so many times you can literally rebuild a house on a floodplain before everyone's like, yeah, no, not doing this anymore. I don't know, SpongeBob struggled a bit to get his boating license. I don't know, maybe Canada's just very much of like, we trust you, you said you took this course, so you can operate a motorized water vehicle. Who knows? Good, Monday was the last day of school, and then I will be watching your streams like, I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully school was good. The last day of school is usually like, I don't know, I feel like the last day of school is like it's always a nice, but also a very sad day. I think it depends on like, you know, when or like what part or like what grade level you're in, because I feel like when I'm thinking of like when I was like back in like elementary and situation based, like when you're in like the middle, like, you know, like the third or fourth grade is not any different because it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna be at the same place. But when you have to like straight up like switch schools afterwards, it's always like always a sad time. But yeah. But if it's like university based, I don't think anyone really thinks about it. I don't think anybody's friends with anybody in university to some extent. So it's just like, yes, I'm done school. Goodbye, everyone. I'm sure he's getting cooked low and slow, basically. I thought we won't let her drive since that truck. Hey, I just can't drive big vehicles, okay? My car is fine. Okay, it's a smaller car, so I can drive it. Don't trust me with a truck because I don't know. The perception of like how big this truck is, don't know. E.g., if you're like at the back of my truck, you're gone. You're getting taken out by the back of it when I turn. Still don't know how to oil change. I don't need to. I can pay someone to do that. We established this. Law-abiding citizen, good one. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, just to let you know, my records are clean. Nothing will show up if a police pulls up my my records. Okay, I'm good. RJ, or oh my god, my brain's on JR. Oh my god, it's been an interesting day. But JR, hello, how are you? How are you doing? We're just watching movies and playing board games since they took back the Chromebooks. But that's nice. That's like a nice way to like kind of end the school year, you know? Being like a relaxing day to like, I guess to just chill with everyone. Quite some time ago, huh? Small cars for a small person, hey. They're more easier to park. Let's be honest. I have never had trouble finding a parking spot with my car. So it's good. Would you drive a truck that had something in the back that would save the world? Would you crash it? I don't think I would ever drive a truck. They're way too big. In all honesty. Like even sometimes when I have to drive my like parents' van, when I have to grab something, it's always too big. I think I'm too used to driving a small car that like getting a big car is just like weird, you know? I gotta oh the little Kia cars or whatever they're called, they're so cute. It's funny because when I went to Japan like years and years ago, I'm like, I was looking at the cars that they have. I'm like, how much would it be to import one of these cars? Because some of them are so cute. Now, like, they'll probably cost a lot to import it. Like, it'll probably cost like triple the amount of the car you bought. But it's just like, but look at how adorable this car is. They're all so tiny and square. But yeah. I had that thought once. I'm like, yeah, maybe I can just import one of those cars. And then my sisters were like, yeah, no. You know how expensive that's gonna be? You're ridiculous. A main issue is if she can see the road and the signs. Wow. Wow. It's okay. I just woke up from a nap. Oh, it's past midnight now. I'm still tired. I'm good. Oh no, you should go back to sleep. Time is oh, it is pretty late for some of you guys, I guess. But yeah, you should go back to sleep. Make sure that you are well rested. I would not trust Astra with a motorized vehicle. But that might just be because she because of her repeated. No, 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 no. You just think they're threats. I was just saying situation based things, okay? Nai, hello, hello. How are you, Nai? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. But yeah, situation based. Was that what I was saying? Yeah. As long as my car works and gets me to places I'm cool with it. That is me too. As long as it's reliable though. It has to be a reliable car. Like I'm not really into like brands and stuff. Like as long as like the car brand is like a reliable brand, I literally do not care what it is. It has to at least look like decent, right? It can't literally look like a rust bucket. Like I have like at least some like, you know, things that it needs, like, oh my god, my brain's not working. But you know, some visual aspects to it. Like standards for a vehicle. Right? But as long as it's like a reliable car, I literally don't care what type of car it is. You know? It's like as long as it takes me from point A to point B, it's like whatever. My dream car would be a Dodge Cham. Oh, okay. I see. They do look very mean looking. You know how sometimes when you look at the front of the car, sometimes they have like a really cute face and sometimes they look like a very mean looking car. I don't know. Because when you look at the front of the car, when you look at like the headlights and like the bumper, sometimes it has like a face. And then sometimes I base it on that too. Okay. And my car has to at least look somewhat like decent looking. It can't look like an ugly car in that sense. Like I don't like the look of a Tesla. The Tesla looks a little bit weird looking. But yeah, as long as it's okay looking, then I'm fine with it. I'll chill here for a bit longer. All right. As long as, you know, I'm not keeping you up too late. Because, you know, being well rested is very important. Like yapping. Bro, I should just stop. I don't know what you're talking about. Just because it's late doesn't mean the fun should be cut short. It doesn't, but it also means that, you know, you have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, you know? Because you have to make sure your brain is well rested or else it could be very hard for you the next day. There's only so much your body can do before fatigue hits, and it's just like it goes downhill from there, you know? You got a pink car? No. I would not ever drive a pink car. Oh, speaking of which, I don't remember when it was. It was probably like 2 weeks ago. But when I was driving home, some person was driving a bright pink like truck. I think it was like was it a Dodge or a Ford? I don't remember. But it was really bright pink and it's just like, oh my god, my eyeballs were burning. It was like, yeah, it was Barbie. It was like, yeah, it was like about a Barbie color, give or take. It was either that or like the Pepto-Bismol pink color, you know, that shade of pink, and it was like so bright. Especially when it was like sunny too. It was just like the sun reflecting off of it was blinding my eyeballs. A rich person AF probably, because I don't feel like a normal person will get that color of a car, because I have fun trying to sell it because it's like, that's so bright. I don't know, that's a little bit too much. Like some people when they do custom colors, it's like, can you at least pick a pretty color? Because I've seen like a couple of times where like some people have like a very custom colored car and it's like the ugliest color ever. I remember seeing this one car where it was like a puke green. I'm like, ew. Who the hell wants a puke green car? Is disgusting. But you know, whatever, you do you. What pretty color, what's a pretty color to you? Ooh. I always like the forest green color cars. The forest green color is really nice. And then, standard white is nice too. I feel like any of like the generic colors are fine. Like when you start getting into like the bright blues and like the bright greens, they're a little bit too much. Even for me, sometimes like a red car is a little bit too much for me. But yeah, like very much like I feel like a darker color car in general. Yeah, darker colors usually are pretty good. It's when you get into like the brighter shades that's a little bit too much for me. I feel like it stands out a little bit too much. Maybe I'm just the type that doesn't like to like have like a car that screams, "Look at my car," situation. Well, how do you feel about cube cars? It depends on what type. I really like the Honda one. Whatever the Honda one was when they made that cube car. That one was really nice. But then it depends. Because some cube cars look a little bit weird by like how they design it. But overall, I think they're pretty cute. They're very much like a nice little camping car if you can convert it into one. It looks really cute. And then you get a little bit more space to like to transport things when it's like a cube. If fatigue hits me, just hit it back. Just 1-2 punch it. Oh, a Dodge Charger. Is that the one that I think it is? But okay. I know my uncle got a deal because he took a pale green car. Yeah, like I get it if like, you know, if it's the cheap, like I feel like if you're getting a second hand, it's probably a little bit cheaper for some of like the really quote unquote specialty colors, but sometimes it's just like it's a little bit too much. Better than neon. Yeah, any like really bright colors is a little bit too much. Have you ever seen a car with neon lights? Or just lights on the outside of it? I thought, isn't that like not legal for cars to have like different colored like headlights or and stuff? I don't know, maybe it's a Canadian thing. But I'm pretty sure in Canada it has to be the standard like white light situation. But I could be wrong. I don't know my vehicle bylaws or whatever they're called. All I know is that like the newer cars, their lights are way too bright. It's like they blind me. Maybe it's because I'm like my car is shorter and it's closer to the ground. It's like I'm always getting blinded by all these cars when I'm like driving. It's just like my eyeballs can't see anything. I'll paint my car a color yellow. Like a banana? Okay, I can't unsee it, but every time I see a yellow car, I just think of a taxi for some reason. Even though like the car is not a taxi, just that yellow color just reminds me of a taxi. And it's funny because like a couple years back at work, there was someone who drove a really bright yellow car. And every time I saw it, I'm like, who the hell drove a taxi to work? And it's not a taxi, but every time I see it, it's just the first thing I think of. And it's just like, I will never get a yellow car because I can't unsee it being a taxi. Um, I feel that eye beams on cars these days are bright. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like the new LED lights for like the cars, but yeah, they're really bright. And it's like every time I drive, when I'm driving home at night, depending on like, you know, the season, because wintertime it gets darker earlier, I'm just getting blinded all the time. Like I can't see. I'm gonna like run someone over at this point because I'm getting blinded by everybody. But yeah. Maybe I just need to upgrade my lights on my vehicle. maybe it's a me problem and not anyone else's problem. Uh hmm. um what else do I want to talk about randomly? Everything is an Astra problem. Apparently, it's always a me problem. It's never anybody. It's just me. Uh, imagine not being able to tank lights. I know, skill issue, right? um. What else do I want to talk? Oh, it's a really random thing. I'm like just going on to random topics now. But it's funny because I was having this conversation with one of my siblings, and we were just talking about like, you know, deadly animals. I think it's because I was watching this one clip on YouTube, how they were talking about what are they talking about? I think they were talking about how this one type of seal is very deadly. Shoot, what kind of seal is it now? Let me what seal is it? Oh, the leopard seal. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. The leopard seal. Yeah. That's the one. I think it's because I was watching the video about how like the leopard seal. Oh my god, I can't even say the word right now. Is like really deadly because of it's just a very mean animal. How it just sometimes it just picks up like penguins and just throws it around and just like leaves it to like die because it just felt like, you know, playing with it. But yeah, I was watching that and I was talking to my sister about it. And then we ended up talking about like we ended up on a conversation about hippos. Because you know how like hippos are like one of like the the ones that causes the most like deaths in like parts of Africa because of like how deadly and territorial they are. And then we were talking about it and I was just thinking it's like hippos are very much a herbivore, right? So they eat are like veggies and stuff. So like basically all the people they kill is just because they're just deadly. Like they don't even want to kill you because they want to eat you. It's just because they just want to at that point. So like they're like the most deadliest herbivores in the world because it's literally like, yeah, no. We just kill you because you looked at us funny. And I'm like, interesting. Oh, it's about death with you. It's not me. YouTube just gives me these videos and I just watch them and I react to them. Situation, okay? I thought seals were friendly. Flapping their bellies. I think only some of them. They're friendly seals, but the leopard seal are dangerous. Yeah. And it's like creepy too. They look very like very much of like not an animal you want to pet whatsoever. Um Personnel win against the hippo. Will you though? Will you? There are two types of hippos. There's a common hippo and the is there two? Wait, is there two? Wait, what's the common hippo? Okay. And what does the other one look like? Do they look different or do they literally look the same? Oh, that one's the moo one, right? Or the whatever. The one that looks very cute. This one looks cute. Are these ones deadly? He looks a little bit derpy. He can't be deadly, right? He looks so harmless. That's what most people think about the other hippo. And then you know what, Gigi, you're gone. Are super small. You see, like, oh yeah, the moo dang. Or like, but oh, okay. I didn't know that they were that small. I thought it was just him or her. Oh, this one's cute. Okay, I like this one more than the other hippo. If they're small, then maybe they do less damage. Who knows? You don't know what I got unlocked on the skill tree. Ah, I see. You just have to like stare at them and then they stop in place. You don't even need to lift a finger situation. Dark. I know. I have like the weirdest conversations with my siblings. And I feel like I'm always the one who brings up these topics because I'm just like, oh, I can't be the only one who thinks about it like this, right? And then I talk to my siblings and they're like, yeah, no, you're the only one. I'm like, oh, okay. Never mind then. But yeah. It's not my fault. Sometimes YouTube just gives me like the weirdest like videos and I'm just like, oh, this is interesting and I watch it. I'm like, oh, who would have thought? I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, no, I have to like start writing down all the things that I think about. Because because there was this one thought I had. I'm like, oh, I should talk about this when I stream, and I totally forgot what it was. I feel like it was a very much of a really unhinged question too. I forgot. I have to get in the habit of actually writing down all the thoughts I have. Because it would be really interesting conversations to have with you guys. Or it's more of like a interesting look of like, am I the weird one for thinking this? Most likely I am. But you know, I can't be the only one. Situation? No, you won't. No, I think I couldn't write that one down because I didn't have my phone with me at that time. So I think I was like, I don't know what I was doing. But it was a really interesting thought I had. It would have been interesting to have that conversation with you guys. But yeah. I have to start writing more of like my thoughts down. So I can talk about it with you guys. That's how I ended up here. I was watching a wildlife movie in science and I seen 4 whales push a penguin. I kept screaming. Those are the worst. When you're watching like the wildlife ones and you know that something's going to go down. Like the music changes and stuff and you're already waiting for it. It's the worst is when they like show like the baby animal. Like the baby getting like cornered and you're like, oh, I can't watch this. This is too much. This is too real. But yeah. You'll forget after the stream. No, I feel like I have to get into a habit of writing it down. Because I think sometimes it's like a very like if the thought only comes up once, I'll probably forget it. But then some of the ones I remember is because I think about it really hard. Or I go into like this very much of like the ones that I talk to you guys about are usually the ones that like come to me when I'm like laying in my bed and like I'm trying to go sleep, but my brain's like, but have you ever thought about this? And then I think about it for like the next like 15 minutes and then I remember that. And then that's why I tell you guys on stream. But there's always like those like fleeting thoughts that I have. I'm like, oh. And I'm like, oh, I should write this down. And I totally forget. But yeah. Gonna head out. Was nice hearing you yap a bit. Yeah, thank you for dropping by, JR. Have a wonderful good night. I really do appreciate you dropping by and, you know, talking with me. Asher, why do you send that baby to that? What do you mean? What baby? What sending? I didn't do it. It's called the circle of life. It's not me. I can't stop it. The circle of life. Life is really cruel in that situation. Messed up from you, Asher. What? What? I can't... You can't do much about it when life does that, okay? And then they eat the penguin in one bite, and it's a sad part that the penguin was staring at the camera while... Yeah, that's like the worst. It like kind of makes you think like, yeah. The circle of life is harsh. Life is hard, is what it is. You know what you did? I didn't do anything. I'm being framed here. It wasn't me. Let's see if I can pull up. Let's see what my YouTube feed looks like right now. See what YouTube is offering me at the moment. Any unhinged video so far. No, it's pretty tame, surprisingly. At this time. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, no. Oh. There's one that talks about the plague. That one looks like an interesting video to watch. But yeah. Oh, speaking of like, okay, speaking of that plague video, that reminded me of something. Yeah, I watched another video talking about the different types of like epidemics that like hit the world in like the, you know, the different time periods with like, you know, the Black Plague and like the other ones, the Spanish flu and stuff. It was actually a really interesting video to watch. Learned a lot. I'm just like, dang. Good thing we didn't live at that time, because I would have been the first one gone. With my immunity? No. Astra, when topics of death comes up on her feed, I can't help it. YouTube must know me really, really well, because it's like that's all they give me. It's like all these like, you know, scientific-y things. I'm like, oh dang, okay. This is like interesting to watch before bed. And then I go down a rabbit hole. Nerd confirmed. Yeah, I can't help it. They're very interesting, very interesting topics though. Astra crafted her algorithm brick by brick, apparently. I've been watching too many things about like, you know, crime documentaries and whatnot things. That's what it gives me. It knows what I want. Um, we all know you. We all know you. Uh, you're the only one surprised, apparently. But I don't know. I find like these things really interesting. Um, what other ones did I watch? Oh, okay. This one might be really dark, but I watched another thing on YouTube. Apparently, did you know in parts of Africa, there's like a there's like apparently a black market for baby trade and like baby trading. Is that what it's called? I don't know if that's what it's called. So basically, I don't know if you guys want to listen to this part of it. But so basically in parts of Africa, what they do is that they find like these pregnant women who usually don't have anyone. That's like the tamer side of it. Let's go with the tamer side, and then it gets really dark when it gets to the other part of it. But yeah, so basically they find these like pregnant women who don't have family, and they're like, oh yeah, like we can, you know, board you, and then we can find your kid a adoptive family, you know, so you don't have to worry about it. But in reality, they're basically selling the baby. Like through all these like loopholes, it's like they get like an order, quote unquote, from someone. It's like, yeah, I'm looking for a baby boy around, you know, probably just born. And they're like, I got you. And then they go find someone who's about to give birth, and it's a boy, and they basically take the baby from these pregnant women, and they're like, yeah. And then they tell the pregnant women, it's like, oh yeah, you gave birth, but they died. And then, you know, they don't know anything about it. So there's that part of it. And did you know there's other part? Okay, this is like a whole rabbit hole I went down. But then there's these other parts where like some couples, they go to like a what are they called? Like a fertility clinic. And they're like, oh yeah, like we want to try to have a kid. And the clinic kind of injects like the wife with like, oh yeah, we'll give you this injection, and then we'll quote unquote do the in vitro, so then you can you know, get pregnant and stuff. And in reality, they just injected her with like just a saline water, and then somehow and some other drugs to make her like stomach swell, to make her think that she's pregnant. And then like, you know, like a year from now, they're like, oh yeah, you can come in, it's time for your due date. And the lady goes in, they basically blindfold her, and then, you know, basically put some cuts on her down there, and then all of a sudden she gets a baby out of nowhere, and they're like, yeah, you gave birth to this kid. And then the lady's like, wow, I didn't even feel anything. And it's just like, how do you how are you okay with that? It's like, yeah, I didn't feel anything. Your drugs must have been really great. Like, I have this baby and my, you know, and it's all good. It's like, how do you not know that you're not pregnant, and you just, I don't know. But there's that part of it. That's one hell of a drug. Yeah, apparently, I don't know. It's just really weird for that situation. It's just literally, yeah, they just call you up and it's like, yeah, you know, I think it's time for you to come in. You're due for your baby to come out. And you don't think of like, yeah, I don't have any like labor pains whatsoever, but I'll come in anyways. And all of a sudden, 2 hours later, you have a crying baby in your hand. And it's just like, do you not question that at all? Situation? Not a single x-ray to see the baby and say, yeah, it's literally, they just take the word of like the clinic, because the clinic is like run by like, it's crazy because when I was watching the documentary, they're saying that a lot of these illegal baby I guess they're called baby farms in a sense, now that I think about it. Like, a lot of these baby farms are run by actual, like, medical professionals. Like, a lot of them are doctors, or like they're like political people who are like, oh yeah, we run this orphanage, or like I run this, like, you know, this clinic. And then yeah, they just basically take babies on demand, apparently. It's like a hot commodity. But yeah, baby farm, easy XP. Yeah. Like, that's the tame one, and then there's like the really darker side where like they trick like young women, and they confine them in these places and basically make them into, you know, baby bearing hosts, and it's really sad. That part was really sad. Not saying the rest of it isn't sad, but that part really hit hard. About like how they're getting these babies, and like the situations that those like really young women went through. I'm like, dang, okay. The world's a really crazy place. Yeah, it makes me really question humanity, because it's just kind of like, it's kind of shows you how far someone will go just to make like an extra dollar, and it's just like, dang, okay, this sucks. They get them from the stork, apparently a man-made stork. It's like, you want this child at this time, at this, you know, in this situation, all right, I got you. Which is like so crazy, and it's just like, dang, okay. But yeah, that was a rabbit hole I went down. Baby farms, different from, like, you know, the other one. What was it, the 18th century baby farm, where it was like the people who, like, what was that one? I think it was ladies who basically take in like kids for like parents who couldn't raise them, and then every month they pay them like a set amount of money for you to take care of the child. And then it was a really big thing of like all these like babies like mysteriously dying in the 18th century or whatever it was. That was another like dark time. A dark time in life. That I'm like, oh yeah, humanity is cruel. Humanity is not worth saving. Situation based. But yeah. You're looking up the wrong farming videos. There should be crops and water, but chose reproductive art. Yeah, I don't know. These videos just came up. It's like it's like that one time. There's that other time where I told you guys about how they were farming, where are they? Where are they? What are they even called? I guess human eggs? For like, for people who wanted to do in vitro. Apparently that was a thing. That was a thing in Asia, apparently. Reset your algorithm. But Skybreath, I'm learning so much things. They're probably not things that anybody really needs to know, but it's just like, wow. Life, humanity. Your algorithm needs to be nuked? You mean to freeze the woman's eggs? Yeah, that type. But it was like they were farming other people's, like other women's eggs. I don't know why. For the banks. It's for people who couldn't have any themselves. So they would go to like they would go to a bank of some sort to get, like, you know, donors to give them, you know, the DNA for it. And then that was the thing. So like a lot of these like you know, black market like cartels would like just send off like a whole bunch of these eggs. They to like clinics and stuff because the clinics don't know apparently, or they say they don't know, but like they're like, oh yeah, we'll have extra of these, sure, we'll take them. And it was crazy. The craziest part is how you never seem to get into rabbit holes from something like, I don't know, Mario 64 speedruns or something. Like a rabbit, like a wholesome rabbit hole, you know? Yeah! Mine are always like the weirdest ones, then it's just like, yeah. YouTube just gives me the most interesting ones. I can't help it. No, there's no coming back. You're done. I blame science. Y'all, play God for no reason. It's not... I feel like there's that, and then there's people who misuse it. You know, if there's always a demand for something, there's always gonna be someone who misuses it, sadly. You know? Like, you could... you could get into a rabbit hole for Xenoblade lore, or Zelda lore or something, you know? I know, right? I could have done something more productive like that, but no, I'm learning the, you know, the underbelly of, like, criminal world, apparently, for some reason. Hey, but now you guys know something new. It's knowledge that you don't need, but it's just like, you know, just some random facts in life. I'm just making miniature gold balls. My science is wholesome. I feel like most people who are doing, who are, I don't know, I don't want to say decent. I guess there's also people who aren't decent in science field. But you know, I feel like most people will use science for good. It's just some people, the greed of humanity comes in and it's just like, oh, how to make a quick buck. And let's just do this situation. This knowledge, thanks, I guess. Okay, if I learned this, you guys have to learn. This is what you signed up for, okay? If I learn something new, I want to share it with you guys. Now you guys will know too. We're all in this together. You're giving us secondhand trauma. No, I'm making you more knowledgeable about the world, is what it is. This knowledge was forced on me by Astra. I was an unwilling recipient. Hey. But now you know. Happy on science, but a large part is there is too autistic to do anything other. Yeah. You're alone in this? No. Nah. You guys are on the same boat as me. She hates happiness? No! I'm just making sure you guys understand that life isn't just all rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. You know? It's a very colorful and dark world. When you have color, you also have like the dark and the gray and the things that no one wants to talk about. She's morbid AF. No, it's just you're learning. Learning is important and make sure that you grow as an individual. Astra, in a party, did you know there's a baby farm? Your girl got probably. I know. This is why I try to be normal around people in real life. You know, I wouldn't be talking about these things in real life with anybody normal. You know? I feel like then I would get a lot of red flags and then like we should probably put her on like a government watch list. She's probably planning something. I'm like, no, I'm just knowledge. Nobody is repulsed by wholesomeness as actress. Wow. Over the happy BGM too? Okay. Okay. It wasn't even me. It was YouTube. I just looked at the algorithm and then it just brought up this topic. It's not my fault. That reminds me of the fact often enough. Thank you very much. Just making sure, you know, you have a lot of knowledge on that and you haven't grown much. Wow, these shots. I see how it is. She likes to blame others for no reason. No, I'm just always right. You guys have to agree with me. I don't know what you guys are talking about. See? Okay. This is why okay, since we're talking about this, since I don't know if you guys know, but tomorrow we have like a Celestia group collab on the Celestia channel. And it's funny because we were chatting and we were chatting about something. I don't remember what we were talking about, but I was telling them it's like, yeah, maybe this is a good thing that we not that. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying, but I'm like, yeah, I'm much of a some of the things I say is very much brand risky. The topics I bring up. So maybe it's a good thing that I'm not the one who does a lot of like we have a different channel for the group stuff. Like we have the Celestia channel. So then it kind of reins me in a little bit and then I don't go to AWOL. I feel like I'm very much of like a we can't have her sponsoring these things. She talks about the most weirdest things. No, we gotta cut her situation. Yeah, I feel like out of the four of us, I'm very much of the like the black sheep, if I must say, on situations that I talk about. Sometimes it's just like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But sometimes it just comes up in my brain. I can't help it. More like a blind sheep. I could be both. I could be the black sheep and the blind sheep. I can be both of them. Why just one when I can be both? The mask is slipping. I know. I feel like my true self is coming out. The juxtaposition of Astra streaming layout topics will hit you a ton of bricks. Yeah, I feel like if someone just like randomly drops by my streams and we're talking about all these things, they'll be like, what the hell is going on? What is wrong with her? What a way to like you know, introduce someone to my streams. You know what? One day I should go through. Oh, it's gonna take forever with all of the streams I did. One day I should go through them and see all like the weird topics that I bring up. I feel like I bring up a lot of weird topics or like very weird like intrusive thoughts that like pop up in my head, and then you guys just entertain me with it. You guys just deal with my intrusive thoughts. And that's every stream. That's the thing. It's like, do I always talk about like weird things every stream, like a new topic? It's like, what is wrong with me? Yeah, oh dear. I guess it won't be that hard then. That means like every time any stream I open, there would be like me talking about something very unhinged. Oh. Astra's definitely a brand risk. Yeah, I have to like rein it in. In all honesty, I try really hard when especially when I'm doing collabs with everyone else, especially on like the group channel. I try really hard not to say some of the things that I think of. I'm always like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't say this. Okay, let's not say this on stream. But you know, if it's on my own, it's just like, you know, it's a me thing. I have no one to blame but myself at that moment. Um, Scary Hono, no. I just talk about these things. I won't do any of this. She will not be constrained by the likes of law and TOS. No, I feel like I'm not getting to that point. You know, that it's like a very much a TOS situation. I I know what I can. Okay, there's some topics I will never, you know, talk about at all because obviously, you know, it's not something that I would ever talk about anyways, but yeah. Um but just these random facts are interesting. The Tomodachi couch hits me like a brick to the face. I, okay. There's no way you guys don't know about it though. I feel like everybody knows what that is. Can't be the only one. Yeah, no. No, that is true. But it's just kind of things that like it would never even cross my mind to even talk about anyways. Or like, you know, the very TOS like issue things. Like I like knowledge, but there's some things that even I know that it's like shouldn't talk about this. How many horror stories you write? That's the thing. Think about it. If I was more of a writer, I hate writing. If you guys didn't know, or if I didn't tell you guys before, but I don't know why, but I hate writing things down, or I just hate like journaling, or like even writing things for essays and stuff. I hate it. Like some people find it very soothing to do journaling, or like what are they even called, like diary entries or whatever they're called. Like I hate writing things down. I don't know why, but it's like, yeah, I will never write my thoughts down pen and paper on anything, like really deep thoughts. Sometimes if it's like note-taking things, yeah, that's fine, but it's like actually deep thoughts about things, I would never write it down. But yeah, if I was a writer, think about like all like the unhinged things these stories would be. I feel like yeah, it would be very much scarring for some individuals. uh um I'm unfortunately burdened by a good memory of Ashes on the moment. Yeah, there was that one time. That explains why you forgot your morbid question. Yeah, maybe. I don't remember. I don't think it was that morbid. It must have been not as interesting as I thought if I don't remember it, in all honesty. I never been a fan of writing either. Yeah, like I don't like I like reading, but I never like writing like anything. Because I feel like some people who enjoy reading will also somewhat enjoy like creating their own like stories or whatever, but I was never that type. I think it's also because I'm like very scatterbrained in that sense that I can't, there's no way for me to get all of like what I'm thinking into like a concisive like point to do a good story. Because my brain is like so scattered with everything that I'm thinking of that it's like, yeah, the story you'll get lost in the first like 3 paragraphs, because like what is this girl talking about? She's like off her meds or whatever. But yeah. The paper would be evidence. I don't know what you're trying to insinuate here. I'm having nightmares and I ain't even sleep yet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That one time? Yeah, there was that one time where it was like, that was like really early. The other times they're not as bad, you know? Okay, and then at the same time, some of the things, It's just situations that happen to me. There's like those weird situations. It's like you never assume that it happens in real life, and it does. I'm like, what is wrong with me? I'm like a magnet for like some weird things that happen too. And it's just like, maybe I need to maybe I need to get like some like holy water sprinkled on me or some exorcist or something. Because some situations that happened, it hasn't happened recently, but when I was a bit younger, it's like, why? These are situations that some people would never get into. I'm like, it's not anything too major, Skybreath. Don't worry about it. It was just like weird situations. I know writing with pen and paper is extremely useful, but the thought of doing it is it annoys me. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's also because for me, when I write things, I need it to be very neat and proper. Like it has to be very much like I can't have any mistakes and stuff written in it. That's why when I was in university when we had to do lab write-ups, when we had to write labs and stuff, like all like the data, the raw data and stuff, we had to write it in like a physical notebook with pen and paper, and you know you can't tear out the paper and stuff for tampering reasoning. Like I hated that because it takes me so long to write, because I needed everything to at least look like pretty. Like when I look at it, it had to look nice. It can't be just scribbles. And it took me so long to get through like the results and data stuff, because I'm like, nope, this doesn't look nice. And it just bugs me. But yeah. The Exorcist is gonna be fighting for their lives. I got too many demons, that's what it is. Wait, I remember one time she said, she brought up a topic about human fat used to make bar soap. Most likely she found it on your probably. Hi. Yeah, most likely. What was it? Oh, I think it was like a serial killer case. How like yeah, they were trying to get rid of like the body, and they were like, oh yeah, might as well make an extra dollar, and decided to make, you know, soaps or something. That was a thing. There's a few topics. That was one of the few topics in her brain. Yeah, and then we went down like a rabbit hole. Well, I went down a rabbit hole about like cannibalism too. Remember that? I feel like that came up a couple of times in a couple streams. But yeah. Some of the things that my brain thinks of or like situations. Human bar soap to baby farms? Hey, it's not me. You know, humanity thinks of these things. And whatnots. What else? Is there anything else that like I thought of recently? No, I think that was like the most recent one, was like the baby farm thing, because of that one video. I blame you for watching those. I can't help it. You have to blame YouTube, because it's always when I'm about to go to bed, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll watch this, like, you know, this YouTube video, or see what YouTube has, and then it brings me down these rabbit holes, and then I watch these things, and it's like, dang, okay, well, who would have thought? And then it's like, oh, I guess it was me. It's like, who will watch something like this? And it's like, guess I'm the audience that they're trying to pander to. Okay, it's not my fault. But yeah. What time? It's always getting really late. The stream needs disclaimers. I know, right? I need to redo a disclaimer. It's like, please be warned. viewer discretion is advised. We may go down some interesting rabbit holes. See, this is, now that I think about it, this is the reason why I can only have these conversations with you guys on my own channel. Think about if Lily Babs and Nothing were all in the room with me while we were talking about this. I feel like they would be silent the whole time, and then we will not be friends anymore. Because I would ask these questions to them and they'll be like, I don't know how to respond to you. Okay, A, they'll be like, I don't know how to respond to you. And B, they'll be like, why am I even friends with you? What is wrong with you? And I'll be like, what do you mean? I think this is a good thing. Oh, Lily, you're still here. Hi, Lily. Viewers under 18, be careful. In all honesty, like, I don't even want to know people's ages. Like, at this point, I feel like if you tell me your age and you're like under a certain age, like obviously, then I feel like it's my duty to be like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be listening to some of the things I say. You know? No, they'll be friends, but you know, you'll get the side. I'll get like the weird, like, I don't know how to respond to you, like, you know, look. You know, they'll smile and nod, but they'll be like, I don't know how to respond to what you just said. I'm like, and I'll be looking at them like, what? But yeah. This is why I can only say most of these things here. Brand risk. You know, we need Celestia to work out as the brand. So I have to be on my best behavior. And not talk about, you know, baby farms and whatnot. And stuff. As an HR manager, I'm watching you. See, this is why. I gotta make sure that I'm on my best behavior. Thank you for making sure I'm in line, Lily. Because if you didn't, it would have been, we would have to start editing a lot of things. JK, no, I know. But no, I do know some of the things I say are very much unhinged. And it's just like, No couch mentioned? Hey. Yeah, no, definitely no couch mentioned. But, yeah. Guess it's not a hypothetical situation now. I don't think people of any age should be listening to these. No, but okay, I feel like these are just interesting knowledge that you should have. You know? Just random things. It's like just a random thought that comes in to your head. And it's like, oh, okay, that's an interesting thing. And then not think about it afterwards. That's what most normal people will do and not think about it. But then for me, I'm just like, oh, okay, well, this is weird. Let me go down a rabbit hole and see what else is on, like, you know, what else is there. And then it's just, yeah. And then it's a thing. It's okay. You should be lucky that I don't get hyper fixated on these things. I'm glad I'm not the type that hyper fixates on any of it. Or else we'll have like multiple weeks about me talking about that one topic, and it'll be too much. It'll be too much for all of you guys. It'll be probably too much for me too. Let's be honest. You're using the word interesting wrong. No, it is. I'm using it right in this context. When I talk about people, when I say he's an interesting person, that is the context that would be like, yeah, you know that they're not actually interesting. They're a whole lot of something else is what it is if I use it for individual. HR actually stands for Hono. Regulation, yeah. Therapy, so I can forget. Okay, at this point, there had not been anything too therapy needing situations. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. After you talk about true crime content for as long as I've been watching, okay, I'm sorry, but it is a topic that I'm like very much like okay, yeah, no, that is a hyperfixation. Okay, that is something that I'm fixated on, but it's not because of what some people watch true crime for, though. You know, you have the oh, okay, now that we're talking about that, I went down and okay, it's not a rabbit hole, but did you know that there's like a subculture of the true crime, um, um, whatever it's called, where they're actually not interested in like the true crime section of it, but they just hyperfixate on like the criminal, and I'm just like, oh, that's so wrong on many levels. Like they put them on a pedestal, and I'm like, ooh, this is wrong. But yeah, because apparently recently I was watching this documentary about like these two teenagers, like preteens, I guess, because they're like what, 14 and 15, who were like they weren't the smartest light bulb in the bunch. But what they were planning to do was to like off one of their classmates to try to resurrect one of one the criminal in the Sandy Hook crime. So yeah, they were trying to resurrect him by sacrificing someone. And yeah, they were not the smartest light bulbs. Which is a good thing, because then they never ended up, you know, going through with it. But yeah, apparently they were part of that, and they were very much into the Columbine thing too. And it's just like, these people are whack. But yeah, so there was that. But yeah, apparently there's like a subsection of the true crime one where they like they idolize the killers, and I'm like, no, that's the no, you shouldn't do that at all. But you know, there's weird people like that. It's like those weird people who end up like, you know, serial killers who end up getting caught, and then like all these they start getting all these female fans that like write to them, and it's like, oh my god, I can fix you. And like, no girl, he literally just strangled like 15 women. You think you can change him? No. You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna strangle you too, you idiot. Oh, I'm sorry, I went down. Yeah, but yeah, there's those situations, and I'm just like, these people, this is why Darwinism needs to come back. These people need to be, you know, Darwin needs to come in. But yeah. What was I talking about before I went down that rabbit hole? I don't remember. But yeah, no, true crime. The reason why I'm obsessed with it is that I like knowing like the process, I think, of like how they catch the criminals, and like how they get through that situation. Like obviously, you know, the crimes are sad and everything, but it's like interesting to like think of like the mind games and how they're thinking in that situation for me. But yeah, girl thinks she's a Bob the Builder. Yeah, they were not that smart, because there was this one part in when I was watching it where they like bring like a kitchen knife to school, because they were like, oh yeah, we'll do this deed after second period, and then we're trying to sharpen the knife in the washroom, and to sharpen it they were like basically passing it on like the metal railing. You know how like the handicap seat, there's like that handrail thing that you would for people to, you know, for assistance to get up. They were trying to sharpen it on the metal pole. I'm just like, you idiot. Like, how are you sharpening a knife on a metal pole? That's not how it works. But yeah. And then they were trying to use the toilet too. And it's just like, you guys are so stupid. But at the same time, they were also only like 15 and 14. So there's that too. Amateurs, yeah. I'm glad that it was that, because then, you know, they never end up doing what they did. But it's just kind of like a... Amateur should use the famous Jello knife. And just, oh yeah, the Jello knife. I remember that conversation. That was actually a really interesting thing. Like, that was really something I thought really hard about. You don't understand how long I thought about that while I was about to go to bed after watching this one dude make the Jello knife and sharpen it, and it can cut things. Okay? I forgot about that. See, that was a conversation we had a long time ago. I'm surprised you remember that, because I totally forgot about it. Hey, that's not good. What? Astra is seriously planning something with these tools. No, it was just something that popped into my head when I watched that Jello knife video. Because I'm like, oh yeah, if it can cut that, and you literally can just dissolve it, and then it's like, it's gone. You know? Who's the wiser, you know? But then I feel like that's a lot of work. Especially for some people, it's a lot of work to try to plan out. I'm telling you that I'm a burden by the good memories of the unsafe moments. It's crazy how you remember these, because I totally forgot all about it. But you know, something new you learned. Not saying you will use this knowledge for anything, but it's like something you learned. And then just like randomly you can ask someone randomly one day, maybe. It's like, oh, have you ever thought of, like, you know, a Jello knife in situations? You know? I want to unlearn it. No! It's important knowledge. Incoming serial killer. No. You should know that I'm too squeamish for any of that. Okay? I can hardly even, like, kill a bug. When you're asking me to do anything else, it's like, yeah, no. No. Not happening. At all. But yeah, there was that. I think they're in trial right now. I don't think they got convicted yet for that case. What was it in? I don't remember what US state they're in. But yeah, I think that right now they're still trying to go through trial. So, we don't actually know the outcome yet of that. That's what I would say. Only takes one switch to change her mind. Nah. What trial? Oh, it's for the two teenagers. How they were trying to, you know, sacrifice and resurrect someone situation. I don't remember what state it is. I feel like I want to say it's either Texas or Florida, but I don't remember if it's either. It could be neither of those two. But yeah. Just like you said, you made me ready for if a person on the street asked me about the couch. No, it has to be a certain situation. You know? Sounds like Florida activity. Yeah, I don't remember. I remember it had to be one of those two. States. But I could be really wrong. But yeah. Damn, it's Florida. Oh, is it Florida? Okay. But yeah, that was that was a really that was a really interesting case because they also have a lot of like what is it? Video footage or like car footage or police footage from the police car when they were being like detained, and the things they were saying, it was just like, oh my god, you guys are, yeah. But at the same time, it's like me because they're also really young that they're kind of dumb, but who knows? Or they could just be dumb in general. It could be that, because I feel like no normal, like, 14-year-old would think of sacrificing someone to resurrect an individual. So, yeah, it could be just that they're just dumb. But it's expected? Like, what situation? What? Okay. It's more of like the idol culture situation, or no, it's not even idol culture, because I feel like it's just any situation where it's just like a, what's the word for it? There's a word for that type of like quote unquote harassment. Is it? It's funny because I remember that word because we had another seminar at work. We had a seminar at work about like how to spot like what is it, harassment, and then that was like a word that was in it. Oh, it's a French word, isn't it? Like pro. I don't remember, but yeah, it's basically. But yeah, it's basically they're like, oh, I'll offer you this opportunity if you do something for me situation. But yeah, you know, in that situation with the couch situation, those kids should be playing video games and not. Yeah, I feel like nowadays you have to really watch kids when they're online, because there's like a lot of like nefarious individuals now online, and you have to be very careful what like kids watch and do. You have a shovel? Make your shovel. You mean a promotion? Yes, but also if they're asking something from you to get that promotion is red flaggy. But yeah, we had a seminar about that, which was interesting. If I'm asking about the couch, I'm out basically. It's like, okay, no, bye. Oh, you need a raise though? Yeah, no. No. I'm good. But yeah. It's, yeah, okay, sometimes we have the weirdest seminars at work, because it's like, since my work is like part of a really big organization now, we get like all of these like seminars that we have to make sure we watch, or like indicate that we have read it, and some of them are really weird. I feel like some of them are more based for like the very older generation, people who are still working when they're like 70, because we have a couple of people who are 70 that are still working at the company, and some of them are basically talking about like, oh yeah, if someone calls you on the phone saying that, you know, they have your son and they're you know, holding him ransom, please make sure you call your son first to make sure that he's not actually being held hostage. I'm just like, oh, okay, situation. And it's just some of them, it's just like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. I will call this person to make sure that they're not being held hostage And I will not transfer over $10,000 to this unknown individual. But yeah, okay, what time is it? Okay, I've been chatting too long. I have to release you guys because you'll be seeing me more tomorrow. You'll be seeing me more tomorrow on the Celestia channel. We'll be doing a little thing there. So it'll be nice. We'll be celebrating 1 year anniversary. Can you believe that Celestia is 1 year old? We should we were talking about how we should do more on the channel since it is a group thing, but we all been pretty busy. But we're gonna try this year to do more activities on the channel to make it more like lively. But yeah. Cultures, no, I don't know what you're talking. I'm making sure you guys are more knowledgeable. But yeah, if you guys, what was I wanted to? Okay, anyways, yeah. But everyone, thank you for staying for so long. It was nice having this chat with you guys. It's been a while since I chatted, so it was nice. Everyone have a wonderful good night and a amazing Friday. If you guys aren't busy, yeah, I'll be on the Celestia channel tomorrow with everybody else. At 6, 7. Well, whatever time is on my schedule. I think it's 6 o'clock. But yeah. But if you guys have time, drop by. It'll be fun. You get to see all of us in a room together. Well, okay, not physically in the room, but you know, all of us in one voice call together, chatting away for a good couple hours. It'll be nice. But yeah, if you guys are busy Friday and can't join that, there's always the VOD. And then I'll see you guys on Saturday for more Xenoblade. Okay, but I shall leave now. Goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful good night. Don't be thinking too much about what I was talking about today with like the baby farms and whatnots. I'm sorry to leave you guys with that knowledge, but you know, the more you know. All right, everyone, have a wonderful good night. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. See you tomorrow or Saturday. All right, bye, everyone. Bye, 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 bye. It's your fault. No, I'm making sure you guys understand. Humanity is cruel, is what it is. Remember to watch the heart talk. Yes, I will watch it right after this. All right, goodbye, everyone. Bye, 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 bye.